Hi, my name is Amelia. Welcome to Gray Lamb. It's a place where I tell you my story about being the child of two narcissists and develop ideas that can help you and me. I'm writing a workbook called Scapegoat Lightworker, and that will be available sometime before the end of this year. So thanks so much for being here with me. So as I was making some notes today and listening to Blake Anderson and Jerry Wise on YouTube talk about various aspects of being the child of narcissistic parents, I began to notice a pattern in some of the things that have happened between my mother and I over the decades. So if you've watched any of my other videos, you know that my mother has committed some pretty heinous acts against me that messed me up. And I've been trying to unpack that and fix my life ever since. And the most important thing is understanding and creating some safety for yourself. So I've been able to do that now. I'm fully estranged and therefore able to start really healing and really understanding what I have gone through. So my mother did what I call her greatest darvos when I was 6, 15, 48, and a couple other times. So my mother's done lots of things to me, but she's also been very supportive to me. And her supportive persona has been well appreciated. I've thanked her 10 million times, but part of it is for her own benefit. So I've had to really untangle who this person is. Is she a good person? Is she helping me? Is she my worst enemy? I don't even know. So now I understand more. I have compassion for her, I forgive her, but she is not welcome in my life anymore. So the pattern that I have realized today, and this can be really helpful for you too, is just look at the patterns of what these narcissists have done. The pattern is there's some sort of crisis, there's an abandonment of me, there is a humiliation of me, and there is a blaming of me. So when a narcissist gets exposed and their shame gets enacted, they panic and they grab for anything they can to like a lifeboat to hold on to. And usually that means somebody else did it, that person did it, you did it, she did it, she always does this, she's like this and she's like that. So I need to keep reminding myself that this is funny. I mean, some of it's funny. It's all very heavy stuff, but I think it's good to laugh. And at some point in your life, just look down on this as we're all actors in a play, right? Okay, so anyway, back to my pattern, back to my realization. So when my mother, for example, let me go to a store when I was just turned six years old, go to a store across the street in a city I've never been in. I was hit by a car, and that to her was shame. That was shame that she was responsible for me and something bad happened. So it looked bad on her. So her first instinct was not to come and see if I was okay. It was to get a baseball to throw at the car. I understand people cannot control reactions in a situation like this. But did she ever tell me that? Did she ever apologize? Did she ever seek therapy about it? Probably not. The second thing that she did was to not call the police to find the person who hit me because it was a crime. They drove away. It was to call the newspaper, take a photo of me, and demand that something be done, demand that a crosswalk be installed where I was hit by a car. She had a point. People had been getting hit by cars there. There was a woman 2 weeks later who got knocked off her bike, and I saw the bike on the street, and it was pretty scary. So there was good intent there, but it was against my will. I did not want to be photographed, and I did not want to be put in the newspaper. The problem was I didn't have a voice, and that's what this theme was. So something happens. My mother retaliates, I get abandoned and humiliated, and later I get blamed. So when I told her later in my life, I don't know why things happened this way, I I didn't really heal from the car accident. Life was too insane. There were kids in my neighborhood that were also getting abused. There was that woman that got hit by the car as well. It was just a very, very confusing and ugly time. We had just moved to a new city, and I was pretty vulnerable because I just turned 6 years old, and I had to start a new school in a new city 2 days after we got into town. It had been my birthday, and I had been in a car accident. So the pattern of a crisis, some sort of reaction, some sort of abandonment of me, some sort of humiliation for me, that continued on in many other incidents in my life, even one that happened just a year ago. My mother gave me her house because I have a severe medical condition, and her being in her 80s had planned to move out. But she decided that that wasn't what happened. She didn't give me the house, and she got angry at me. So I was humiliated in the sense that I was starting to feel like I had a future. The living situation I was in ongoing was bad. Okay, I was in a bad situation for about 2 years. So I thought I had a solution. I thought that I could trust her because she hadn't committed one of these sins in a very long time. But you can never trust a narcissist, can you? So after she just told me that I wasn't going to have the house anymore, I had already told people in the family, like I had asked her, I said, can I tell Charlotte, my cousin? And so when she changed her mind about giving me a house, that I would be paying the mortgage to her. It's not like she was giving it to me. I'd be renting it from her. I felt humiliated because I had started to feel that I had a future. I was very, very vulnerable. I was in a horrible life situation, and I thought I had the answer. So I started to tell people, yeah, this is, I've been told this, and hopefully this is going to happen. So when this started to get out into the community, because I had asked her and confirmed with her a few times, then she told me that it wasn't going to happen. I said, I don't know what to say. And a few weeks later, she has turned against me. She's talking about me behind my back to people I know. I have literally done nothing, not one thing here. So there's the pattern. We have incidents to do with a crisis. We have incidents to do with abandoning me. Oh, no, I never gave her the house. That sort of thing. And it's damning. This person raised me, and this person raised me to think that I am a burden, to think that I am a problem. But if you read this literature, you will hear the phrase, you were never the problem, okay? Because narcissists live a lie, and they expect you to hold up the lie for them. That's not your job. Your job is to live a life that's healthy for you, and that's what I'm doing now. It's really important for some people like me to gain clarity because narcissists can confuse you and gaslight you and lie about you, and they can even convince you that you're wrong. They can instill doubt in you. So now I notice in my day if I'm feeling like doubtful about something, and I go, no, that's not me. Somebody else implanted that there. And now that I've sort of understood my mother's dynamic, which was incidents where I was abandoned, I was humiliated and blamed, I mean, it looks pretty damn pathetic, don't you think, from this perspective? And if you've experienced anything like this, please drop a comment below if you feel comfortable sharing. And thank you for being with me on this journey of unburdening myself and liberating myself from decades of this stuff.